This is the One Episode Rule, a podcast about first impressions. I am Magpie. I haven't watched anime in recreationally in weeks. I should probably get on that. I don't know. I'm probably gonna go back to Stone Ocean.
Oh, that's a good
That's
choice.
that's a good one to go to.
But until I found the news, I thought maybe that we wouldn't have enough news, and I was just like, oh shit, do I have to run another poll? I have to make content, but
hmm
no. But be thinking about that. Be thinking about your write-ins if I do have to create another poll.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, would the rest of you like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Blackle. I'm very sleepy as always. Keeping it classic, keeping it real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice. Hi, I'm Joey. Yeah, also haven't been doing much. I got COVID shot and I've been knocked out from that for a minute, so
Hmm.
that probably would have been the time to watch anime when you're knocked out.
It's true. It's the time to be a complete piece of shit, and anime is the
Mhm.
perfect companion to being a complete piece of shit.
That's true. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Hi, it's me again. It's Louie, the forever guest. Here once again, back at it with the real ones. I don't know. What the fuck is
Back
this
at it.
intro?
Back at it at the
Um,
Krispy Kreme.
Back at it. Yeah, thank you. I've been awake for like 36 hours,
Oh, excellent.
so
Oh yes.
I can't wait to bring excellent sleep-deprived content to this episode.
Yeah, we're gonna treat your jokes like minor prophecies.
God.
Rev-
Oh my god, just like Doctor Who.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
insightful. I mean, you did predict that. I can't believe that you did that, but moving on.
Let's see. I haven't really watched any anime lately, but actually,
I'll be watching that Kamen Rider.
Yeah, we've been
yeah,
watching a lot of Kamen Rider instead of anime, so I don't.
Which internally I classify in a weird category between anime and other media.
Yeah, it's
that's
its
fair.
own thing.
That's definitely fair.
All right, cool. You guys want some news?
Yes. Let's
There's
have
one
it.
thing I really hope you're going to talk about.
We may find out. I don't know if I talked about this last time, but uh, but the Chainsaw Man author Tatsuki Fujimoto is having
Yes,
some difficulty.
I was hoping this was
yes.
one of them too.
This is what I was hoping.
I'm going to cover it again because there has been an update.
I don't
So
think you covered this last time, so I think it's
Yeah,
fresh.
I think this happened after
it may
we
have
recorded.
happened in between, but
Mhm.
so what the deal was is that his Twitter was a cheeky little thing, cheeky little fun joke that he was having, where he pretended to be his non-existent little sister,
Mhm.
who was like 10, and he would
Yeah.
answer questions in that character voice. The only issue is that, and a lot of people thought this was like a draconian crackdown from Twitter. Actually, it's not, because it only became a problem whenever he actually set his profile's age.
Yeah. He tried to set his age to like 10 or whatever, and
and,
Twitter was like, no, no, no.
and Twitter auto nuked him.
Oof.
My favorite
Yeah.
part of this is that he then tried to appeal to Twitter's non-existent customer support arm, because this was
Yeah.
occurring at the same time that a certain South African Bond villain was burning the website to the
Yeah.
ground and continues to do so.
Funny
I
shit, to be
I
honest.
do not know where you will find announcements about the one episode rule in the future. I'll try and work something out, but meanwhile, he has created an official Twitter account for himself, and now is begging people like his publisher to realize that he is the author. He's just like, no, really, it's me.
I promise it's me, guys.
Look, I have concept art.
Oh,
I didn't know anything about the author of Chainsaw Man other than the fact that he really liked the Texas Chainsaw Massacre until now. And now he is probably my favorite manga author because he is a complete dipshit.
yeah.
And I have the same affection for him that I have for like Okuyasu from JoJo's
Yes.
Bizarre Adventure. Uh, anyway,
It's a good one.
I mean, we've seen Denji. It takes a certain
know.
person to write
the
that.
man just is Denji. But anyway, so moving on to moving on to the Whiplash segment.
Boy.
Oh boy.
Key visuals have been released for Attack on Titan Final Season Part 3,
Excuse me?
which will begin broadcasting in 2023.
I
Am I
thought
the
they
only
were just
one-
doing part 2.
Am I the only one that knew about this?
Yeah,
I
probably.
sure didn't.
I tried to watch all of Attack on Titan in one go, and then I found out that surprise,
Can't do that.
part 3.
You felt like you're just like, why do I like these old military uniforms so much? Wait a second. Shit.
Basically.
So yeah, the never-ending saga of pain continues.
Next year, Attack on Titan final season part 4.
There's only okay, so the where part 2 ends off, there's only so much more left. Like
Oh,
as
there's
Right.
always more.
unless they
They'll
go
just
into
start
some
inventing.
They can change the ending. Anyway, so yeah, that'll start broadcasting in 2023 and take resources from our other projects, our other favorite projects at Studio Mappa, who makes a lot of shit we actually like.
is
Yeah.
Mappa still doing?
Yep.
They're doing
Okay.
what, like Chainsaw Man and
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen, Dorohedoro.
Oh yeah, they
God,
did
they
do
did
that, didn't they?
Dorohedoro too, which is one of my
forgot.
fucking favorite shows.
Don't they do Vinland Saga?
That's one that I
Yes,
haven't gotten
but I haven't
into.
seen it yet.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, myself as the truest weeb.
finally, we'll close it off with a little aftercare. Will make you feel better. Studio Ghibli has announced that they will be animating a series of shorts, or maybe just one short, I don't know, called Zen, Grogu, and the Dust Bunnies, which is
this
going to premiere on Disney Plus. I have key art for you.
Like Baby Yoda? Are they gonna make some Baby Yoda content? Oh, that's adorable. No, wait, I have seen this. I thought this was someone's fan art.
It's Baby Yoda and the Dust Mites from fucking
From
Spirited Away.
That's awesome. That's adorable.
This is interesting because I would have thought that Miyazaki would have fucking hated Star Wars, but he's apparently involved.
It seems fine.
There was another teaser they put out aside from this one that was just a little Baby Yoda figurine with that was melted into a tiny little bell, and it was sitting on a desk, and way in the background, completely out of focus, you just see the outline of fucking Hayao Miyazaki.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
I'm just that's ominous. Anyway, that's the news.
That's the news.
I think JoJo was going to pick this time.
I am going to pick this time, but I'm also going to give everyone the illusion of choice. So, we're going to pick either 1 or 2, okay?
2. We're picking
2?
1.
I can't stand this. I can't. 1. We're picking 1.
2.
I can't stand this. We're picking 2 then.
We're picking
1.
Okay, we're picking 1. We're going to be watching Romeo x Juliet.
Oh shit.
God.
Baz Luhrmann. He's back. Two households, both alike in dignity. In fair Verona, where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny.
They really did old Will dirty on this one, I think.
I'm sorry, in this production of Romeo and Juliet, you appear to have fucked it up.
And also put fucking William Shakespeare inside of it as well.
It seems fucked up now.
Will,
There's a performance of Othello inside Romeo and Juliet, and it is an opera that no one likes.
Yeah, that was funny as hell. Willie is there.
Willie is there with all of his hair.
Yeah.
He got a little bit of a glow up. He's a little blonde for some reason, but
we'll let him have this one.
that's just what the Japanese think Western people are. They're all blonde. Anyway.
Yeah.
They're all either blonde or Italian. Sometimes both. So yeah, we haven't been reading blurbs recently. Let me get a blurb for you
fetch
guys.
us a blurb.
Let me fetch you a blurb.
Who wants to read this blurb?
Who wants to read this? Okay. Here, Black, I'll read this blurb. Discharge your blurb reading duties without having to encounter Japanese.
I hate reading blurbs.
Blurbo
on the floating continent of Neo Verona, the
You're just doing an impression of my intro now.
The entire Capulet family and seizes control of the kingdom. The true heir to the throne, Juliet Astro Capulet, manages to escape the onslaught and is hidden away by loyalists for 14 years, with the hope that she may one day overthrow the cruel Montague regime. Despite having forgotten the murder of her entire family, Juliet now secretly protects the oppressed citizens of Neo Verona as a vigilante called Red Whirlwind. During one of her escapades, she meets Romeo Montague, the kind and selfless son of tyrannical Prince
This refusal to pronounce these middle names.
And without knowledge of each other's background, they both fall in love at first sight. Unfortunately, however, their destiny is a cursed one. Not only does each of the two families wish to obliterate the other, but an ancient secret hidden beneath Neo Verona also threatens their undying love for each other. Will they be able to defy the stars, or is this truly a love that can never be?
Don't wanna say Candorebanto.
I don't really want to stumble over a Candorebanto.
So yeah. So yeah, this blurb explains my feelings from the beginning of the show, which is that's not how it goes.
Yeah, I was very confused about this.
They have dragons.
They have dragons.
Well, they're dragon horses.
Well, listen, that's the best part of this. Well, let's get into it. Kind of. It kind of blurs together for me. But anyway, we open on a bloody coup that the Montague family is perpetrating. I should remark that in like the original text, the Montagues and Capulets are like merchant families and not really in the position to like rule.
Yeah, they're just straight up like nobles in this.
And in fact, the ruling prince of Verona repeatedly threatens both of them because they won't stop stirring shit up in the streets.
Yes.
But in this text, the Montagues have seized power by deposing the Capulet rulership of Neo Verona, which is a big flying rock. In the typical anime way, it looks cold up there. It's always like snowing. Anyway, in this scene, it's pretty bloody. Laertes is just fucking people up with a sword because he's just be like, if I'm going to do a coup, I'm going to do it right by killing literally everybody in this building.
He even shouts, "Oh, kill the children, especially the children."
Especially the children. Even the children, especially the children.
Especially the children.
I've said that joke for like 10 years. I don't even remember where it came from. I think
I made this joke.
I think I may have started saying it because Matt McMuzzle started saying it.
It's been a meme for ages to the point that this is all everyone's meme.
When describing fucking the movie where Anakin kills all his children, but anyway,
especially the children.
But anyway, this is irrelevant. So yeah, they go to kill. They go to kill the children, but they fail to kill the children because Grandpa Capulet saves them with
Yes.
violence.
Incredible violence.
And then he scoops both of them up and jumps off of a bridge, and onto a dragon horse, which is, I will say, the only part of this show that I actually kind of liked.
I love
Because
the dragon horses.
who doesn't like a flying horse?
I literally have a note in here that just says, "I love the creatures."
He's like, look at them. They're just guys and they fly.
I have more to say about that, but we can get to it later.
Moving on from that point, we move to 14 some odd years later, after the children have been rescued. There is the Montagues are firmly in power, and they're apparently just doing like petty fantasy king shit now.
Like they're straight up gonna kill someone in the streets because they think that she's.
I think they were gonna like arrest her, but listen, the only reason they existed was so that the next part could happen.
Yeah, fair enough.
But they've abducted some poor peasant girl and are accusing her of being a survivor of the Capulets, which is a crime, apparently. By the way, a populace, I'm not sure a populace would like accept this like level of overstepping rule of law. Because there's a certain amount of tyranny people will put up with, but when you just start snatching people off the street, they start to get nervous.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is a bad scene. Her mother's begging them to take her back. She's like, no, we're gonna be bad guys. We're gonna be fantasy goons, so that guy can kick our ass. Wait, who? Because the red whirlwind has come to save her. The red whirlwind is it's the girl from before, the Capulet girl.
Yeah, very clearly, it's Juliet.
It's Juliet. For some reason they call Odin, but
yeah, she's going undercover as a guy for a lot of this. I think supposedly to cover her tracks so that people don't. But I don't know how that would really work.
Well, I mean, it would if the guards that were with Montague were just like 2 girls escaped.
That's true.
But anyway, Juliet has decided to be Zorro when she goes out, and
Zorro's back,
and is going to do Zorro at them, and does.
Yeah.
She cuts the captured girl loose and disarms some of them, and then jumps over a thing. It doesn't even parkour, just sort of runs away.
It's just kind of a miniature chase scene.
Just a little chase scene. They're running through the streets. She picks up her seemingly her cousin, who is shopping in the market and not part of this. So it's like, good job, Juliet. You've involved someone else in your crime. You've made them an accomplice.
I like the part of this chase scene where they start running up the stairs and the guards just stop. Like, oh no, our worst enemy, stairs.
Well, they're like Daleks. They can't lift their legs high enough to...
Yeah.
But, well, she also does turn around and, like, disarm one of them. And he's like, ugh. Ugh. I don't know if they pay me enough for this. But,
I just thought it was funny.
Anyway, cut away from this to high on a different level, like in Baby's first symbolism, on a literally higher level of the city. we open our scene on Romeo and his cousin enjoying lunch, and he looks down to see the chase happening down there. He says, "Oh, they're being chased." And his cousin says, it's some peasant dispute. You know, that's the sort of thing that happens. It's like, I'm going to save them. What? And then he runs off to jump on his dragon horse and just yells, "Come on, Benvolio!" With the framing of which was incredible, because it made me think for 10 minutes into the rest of this episode that they had turned Benvolio from Romeo and Juliet into a horse. which is hilarious if you think about it.
That's so funny.
No dragon horse.
Holy
Into a
shit! No, I
dragon
love that.
But no, Benvolio is the man that was with him.
Uh-huh.
He is almost a non-character. He exists to be a himbo and have Romeo soliloquize at him.
He might do a couple more things.
He might do things later.
Yeah.
But anyway, they fly down and they manage to catch up with the red whirlwind and friend. What's her name?
Oh gosh, I can't remember.
What's her name? What's her fucking name? My enemy list. I switched off so that I can.
Why are you going to my enemy list? You should be going to Wikipedia and going.
Because we're going to Wikipedia because Wikipedia doesn't have pictures of the fucking anime character.
Yeah,
I was just thinking you could infer based on like how you would adapt it.
Yeah, sure.
Cordelia?
I believe it's Cordelia. We'll call her Cordelia, and if we're wrong, we're wrong. But yeah, they come to a dead end, a broken sky bridge, and leap from it. Or well, actually, they don't leap.
It collapses.
It just crumbles beneath them.
Mm-hmm.
And Romeo on Dragon Horse saves them. He says, "Reach out and take my hand." And Juliet's like, "Okay, fine."
Yeah.
He's hitting the ground, I guess.
He makes Romeo makes a smug comment about, "Oh, your wrist is so dainty."
And she's like,
because everyone still assumes that Juliet is a dude.
Juliet's cover will not be blown in this episode.
No.
But anyway, they move on. They drop them off in an alley somewhere else. While the guards just shout, "Hey, what are you doing?" Well, those guys have dragon horses. Those guys have dragon horses. We're probably not allowed to yell at them.
Yeah.
So yeah, they drop them off somewhere, and it's just like, just be like, "I saved you. Where's my reward?"
Aren't you going to say thank you?
And she's just like, later, fucker.
Yeah, she has a sort of tsundere moment where she's like, thanks, I guess.
She's like, thanks, I guess. You fucking loser. God, I fucking hate you. Shit. God, I want to fucking strangle you. Wait a second. Why do I... Wait a second. Why is that hot? No, I believe it.
Yeah.
Just framing fucking 100-year-old romantic stories in the weirdest possible way. But
yes.
Anyway, it's time to cut away from that because they need to go home, all three of them, because she's got Cordelia and like a shitty little brother,
yeah,
whose name I forget. I don't care to look for. He's not important in this first episode.
Doesn't matter.
He threw out some smoke bombs earlier, but anyway, they go home. So yeah, they weave through the market. Her disguise is to just take off her hat and little domino mask, and it's not like people will recognize the bright red cape.
Right.
But whatever. But anyway, their home is apparently in a theater. Which is showing Othello, which is an opera.
Yes.
It's not doing very well. So we get introduced to Willie here.
Willie is here.
Willie from Two Best Friends.
Willie, who's kind of like he's kind of portrayed as just sort of like a blonde, narrow homosexual Bill Shakespeare.
Yes.
Yeah. And yet also kind of pervy.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Kind of a little bit weird energy in some of the moments, but...
Oh, man's got a weird energy, but you know what? He's all right.
Yeah, he seems
fine. And he scolds them for going out and causing trouble. Even though they've grown up to be such handsome young men.
Yeah.
And they go into they manipulate a candlestick and go into a secret passage to go into the bowels of the secret passage bowels of the theater. Why would this building be built like this? Whatever.
It's
Who knows?
the anime suddenly transforms into Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, apparently this is where the remains of House Capulet have chosen to live in exile.
Mm-hmm.
And they get chewed out for going into town and causing trouble. And then she goes upstairs and Cordelia does something to her hair that I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand because her hair is straight up like it's straight up like a cut short, and she like flips it, and then it all comes down. It's like super long, and in a way that does not make sense.
She goes from like a really choppy short bob to full like Ojo-sama.
Yes.
Mhm.
She looks like fucking Hollow from Spice and Wolf. Actually.
Yeah, I could see that.
But yeah, there's that. I forget exactly what happens next, but there's a little bit of a time skip where they just sort of
Yeah, they cut
talk.
back over to Romeo too.
Yeah, what the fuck is he doing? I don't even.
Like Romeo's like talking to.
He's such a nobody.
Yeah, no, he doesn't get to do as much in this. Like, he's talking to his family.
All he
and
does in this episode is he's like, "Daddy, why can't we like be nice to the people?" And he's like,
Okay,
"You
yeah.
have to rule with an iron fist, boy."
Yeah.
They're preparing for a ball this evening, the Rose Ball, and Mercutio's there for like one scene. He's like, "I'm Mercutio," and Laertes is just like, "Hey, where's my fucking son?"
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Oh, I don't know. Maybe he's flying about." And he's just right there. And it's just like, "I'm sorry, I was a minute late, father."
Yeah. And he's like, "You will dance with this girl."
So like, did you go out to the city? And it's just like, yes, I feel like it's important for a ruler to understand their people. And he's just like, that's not necessary. We just stab them if they cause problems.
Yeah.
Laertes is really giving like complete dipshit tyrant energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like even without the events of this story, like if there was no love story at all, Laertes has got like, I don't know, a year or two before he meets the guillotine.
Yeah, really, really and truly.
He is clearly not learned from history.
Yeah, he's got like that whole like being like rich and comfortable is like being kicked in the head every day or something. Like disease, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's just like, I've set you up with this blonde. Go dance with her. He's just like, okay, I'll go dance with her. She seems nice, and she's just like, I really like you. He's just like, I don't think I like you, really.
But also, Romeo has like, I guess you would say like Romeo bi moment in which he's like thinking of that handsome lad he rescued earlier.
This whole episode is just Romeo being like, "Bro, am I gay?"
It's like I might be gay.
But then he sees, well, later in the episode, he's like, "Oh wait, maybe I'm just bi."
He's just like, is this a problem? I don't know. I don't have enough brain cells to rub together to process it.
Truly.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna cut back to House Capulet because Cordelia has a fucking party to go to.
Yep.
She's an actress. There's a little rehearsal scene where they're doing one of Willie's shows. She's gonna be the lead, and also Juliet is a sheep, which I think is pretty funny.
It was pretty funny. She's literally got like a whole ass sheep suit.
They got a whole ass sheep outfit on. And Cordelia is just like, why can't Juliet be opposite me? Like, you would be better at this. And she's like, I don't know what love is. And I don't want to know.
Yeah, they have like a whole conversation about what is love, baby, don't hurt me, etc.
Yeah,
etc.
they both have conversations about it. I'm just like, oh, they're babies.
They're children. Like they're 16, 15-ish.
And nobody here who's giving them advice even knows what they're talking about.
Yes, really.
But anyway, Cordelia has a fucking party to go to because there's apparently a middle-aged nobleman who likes to come to the theater to see her. And he's just like, you should come to the Rose Ball. It's for nobles only, but we're all going to be wearing masks, so who gives a shit? You come in my carriage, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, fuck, I'm a baller. I'm going to go to this place and I'm going to pull a fucking rich kid.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I'm gonna get me some air dick. Gonna advance my position. But anyway.
Wow. Good for her.
So
Good for her.
she's just like hey,
mobility.
she's like, hey, Juliet, you should come with me. I want company. And Juliet's just like, I want to come with you. It's like, whatever. Whatever. I get fine. She's like, okay, so put on a dress and come with me. And it's like, what?
Like, you have to let your hair down and be a girl so that people don't think that I'm with you.
Yeah, so people don't think that I'm fucking you.
Yeah. So that they know I'm available.
I need to be available, Juliet. So yeah, she convinces Juliet to put on a dress, and we have the glow up scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's a scene that's in many things, but yeah, Juliet just puts on a dress and lets down her hair, and oh look, she looks like Hollow from Spice and Wolf. Okay, fine, fine, it's good. And everybody's super suitably impressed.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Cordelia is just like, oh shit, I forgot my big stupid hat.
Yep.
Where's my big stupid hat? And she nopes out of the room. And while she's doing that, the aforementioned middle-aged noble comes in. He's just like, oh, Cordelia, it must be you. We're late. We better get going. And just grabs Juliet by the hand and just drags her out.
Yep.
He's just like, wait, it's not. Oh shit.
Poor Cordelia gets completely left behind.
Gets left behind. Yeah.
Very sad about it.
Juliet and this old dipshit take the carriage to the palace, the palazzo. Always liked the word palazzo. For the party, and Juliet's trying to roll with it because she's like, "Oh shit, no, I've got a mask on. I guess he thinks that I'm Cordelia. Whatever. I guess I'm going to this party." So they do. They go to the party, and she's standing there in the what would you call it? The foyer?
Yeah.
Call this a foyer.
The front room with all the stairs.
Fucking rich people houses got rooms that don't even make sense.
It's the party zone.
It's a foyer. It's a grand foyer. It's called that. And she's standing there, and he's like, "Oh, go get us some drinks." And she looks up at the mezzanine. That's what you call those things.
Yes.
At the top, and she goes, "Oh shit, I remember this place. I'm having a panic attack."
Because it seems like that's where she just was whenever she was
This was her childhood home.
Yes, whenever they just murdered her whole family.
She remembers standing up there with her papa.
Mm-hmm.
So she rushes out into the courtyard, leaving her mask behind. Leaving her mask and rose on the floor, and she sits beside the fountain to calm her nerves. And she's like, "Okay, chill out. And there's just like, oh, the nice lotus flower floats by, and she picks it up to smell. She's like, oh, that's very nice. And oh shit, Romeo's there. He's just like, are you okay? And she looks up, and he's just like, oh shit. And they look at each other, and that's it. That's the end of the episode.
That's
it. Played some butt rock for the outro.
There was the end song was not great.
The buddiest of rocks.
Buddiest of rocks. So I'll start us in on what we think, I guess, because it's what I noticed. Which is, this show is from a very particular era in animation where they were beginning to transition away from traditional animation towards a more computerized process.
Yes, because they had the 3D buildings, especially at that point where they were riding the dragon horses around the city,
flying through a PS2 game.
And you can tell this is the era, because it is the era of just ugliness, because they did not know what the fuck they were doing. They had not mastered the process yet. It's bad, but there's some okay painted backgrounds. and there's some really bad 3D buildings, and there's
Yes.
some really bad 3D flags. The character design's a little bland too. But
Yeah, that I didn't like hate this stylistically. Like I thought for the most part it was pretty competent. Like especially the creature design. That was definitely the strong point of the episode in like almost every way.
everybody likes Benvolio the dragon horse.
Jesus.
There was a particular moment that got me in the intro, which is at the very end of the intro where Romeo and Juliet are turning to face each other and they're about to kiss, and it
Yes.
looks like it's running at like fucking 12 frames a second.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they did I think they just did that on purpose cuz that's what they thought was cool back then.
I don't know, but it looks like shit.
It wasn't great. Yeah, so since we're talking about the intro, I nearly lost my shit when the intro song started playing.
Hmm.
Because this is just the song "You Lift Me Up,"
Oh yeah?
but they invented their own lyrics in like the Japanese lyrics are completely different, but it is the exact same song. And if you look at the credits, it's still called "You Lift Me Up," and I was like, "What?" Or is it "You lift me up" or "You raise me up"? I can't remember.
I don't know.
You raise me up so I can stand.
This is how the podcast gets DMCA'd.
That song, and I was like, "Why is that?" What? Okay.
Are
Yeah,
we having
so-
another Genkotsuo moment where I was just I was looking at the credits and I was
Yes.
just like, oh, who's the intro song? The fucking Stranglers!
Stranglers. Yeah. No, I'm glad you brought up Gankotsuo because we obviously have to make this comparison given the literature our literature series.
The literature angle? Okay, I'll make the
Yeah.
comparison. Gankotsuo is just completely outclassing this.
Oh, for sure.
It's so much fucking better
Like
and more interesting.
the thing about Romeo x Juliet is I think it's on the better end of literature animes that we've watched. Like, let's say that. Like, this is far better than the Les Mis anime.
Well, that's gonna give the view. I don't know if the viewers have listened to all of those, but it's an extremely tilted scale, though.
Yeah, because okay, the thing about
Okay, what do we have? We have
Les Mis, we had
Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer, we had the Little Women anime.
We had Little Women. Those were all dog shit.
They were all
terrible.
bad.
Then we have Genkotsuo,
Gankotsuo is probably
is-
the best literature anime
which
we've
is better.
watched.
And then we have this. There's
Then we
no
have
like.
this, which is kind of in between. But see, I feel like this we can compare closer to Gankotsuo because Gankotsuo and this are both doing sort of a fantasy slant on their stories instead of being sort of a one-to-one retelling like the other ones. My problem with the Romeo x Juliet is they're trying to go for a fantasy slant, but other than the dragon horses, there's not a lot of, and like I guess the city's floating.
It's just kind of a featureless like medieval city too.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like they should have added I don't know, like magic or some sort of other fantasy elements in here.
Giving Mercutio some pointy ears and claiming he's from Eastern space.
Yes, please
Oh,
give
God.
us something. But no, it was just kind of a little bland. Also, I will say that Gankotsuo came out in 2005-ish, and this one was from 2007, so...
They're of a similar era. But,
yes.
But the experimentation in Gankotsuo is interesting and fresh, and the experimentation in this is just
It's a little tired.
Well, it's efficiency based. It's not
Yes.
even that they're trying to do anything interesting.
But also Gankotsuo, stylistically did a lot of, especially with the art.
Yeah, like I said, they were trying to actually new shit to improve it as
Yes.
a piece of art, whereas the experimentation is to make it cost less.
Yeah. Let's throw some 3D buildings were the roughest part.
Let's
for
throw
me.
some
It's
really
like,
let's throw some
ouch.
really nasty Blender assets in there. What did you guys think, Louis and Blaggle?
Yeah, we're kind of
Um,
dominating the conversation here.
No, that's fine.
I'm indifferent to it.
I feel
I
nothing.
I found it to be white noise to me.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fair.
That's very mean, and I apologize. But I don't know. It just wasn't my thing. I guess I just
Yeah, I
Well, just
I kind of checked out unintentionally.
it's just
Not,
like a LaCroix anime. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
My
yeah,
other thing
it's
is
like,
even among like Shakespeare content, Romeo and Juliet is on the boring end for me.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
it's like that's the thing. Like you know what's gonna happen anyway.
Hmm
Like, or at least you think you know what's gonna happen. I don't know. Maybe
They could
some
like I'm
weird
sure they'll do some
space
different
alien
stuff.
will.
the actual comparison for this really isn't Genkotsuo. It's probably Baz Luhrmann's Romeo
Yeah,
Juliet,
yeah, maybe.
which I have to say it doesn't measure up to because it was not made by a man who breathes cocaine.
Right.
The energy in that movie is fucking intense.
I haven't seen that one,
It's
but
kind of trash, but it's also really watchable.
yeah, sometimes a movie's just fun.
Like I say, Baz Luhrmann is an insane
Mhm.
person.
Mhm.
But anyway,
Uh,
yeah, listener, if you'd like to come up with something completely inappropriate to adapt into an anime, you can tell us about that at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
that is one the word, not the number. Tweet us some of your favorite literature. I suppose
Do
we're on
that
Twitter. For now,
for now.
we are at One Episode Cast.
Okay. Worst Shakespeare anime adaptation. What you got?
I mean this.
No. I mean theoretical.
It's
Let me think here.
Hamlet.
Okay,
But
I
it's the
wanna
Lion
say
Yeah.
King. Hamlet, but it's with lions.
the Tempest, but it's non-linear, so it's even more boring.
Yeah, so it makes even less sense. I got one, which is I think is unbeatable, which is I think Titus Andronicus.
I never read that one.
Titus Andronicus is horrendously violent.
You know, I think they should make an anime adaptation of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I would fuck with that shit.
Yeah, but that might be good. Is the
That's what I'm saying. That like this is not like bad. This is ones that I actually want.
like no, I don't want that. I don't want a good
I don't
Shakespeare
want
adaptation.
this.
I want to see a stupid moe anime character realize that somebody has served them their son as a stew.
Jeez.
That's
What a
enough.
note to end on.
That's enough. We have to leave.
Yeah.
I suppose we're not watching more of this, huh?
No.
No.
No from everyone, huh?
You can't make me.